Okay, y'all, it's food prep time. So this is something that I searched on the internet. Like, Chile has these really cool bowls that have a mixture of everything, rice and beans, and so I'm going to attempt to make it, but a healthier way, obviously. Something that's better for you, higher in proteins, and a lot less carbs. So this is what we're going to attempt to do. So what I've discovered, that rice has a lot of carbs, and for me, I wanted to make this video to help out those who are struggling. I just started with my challenge. I had weight loss surgery like a year and a half ago, actually, and I struggle with the amount of food that I'm supposed to eat to meet all my macros. And so that's a huge struggle, as well as the different kinds of food, because some foods weigh more than others. Like, for instance, beef is a heavier protein than turkey, and white meat chicken is very hard to digest compared to dark meat chicken. But obviously white meat is definitely better for you. So there's different things that I have to switch around and change. So I wanted to share my struggle with you, that maybe it will help out, and also share my lovely little recipe. Okay, so this is what I've discovered. I am not a huge chef, so a lot of my food is bought pre-made. So I've discovered rice is not too good for me. I found this bird's eye cauliflower rice. I love it. It's very similar to the texture of regular rice. Yes, the flavor is never going to be exactly the same. However, it is very, very close. I'm going to pause this real quick so I can actually open this up. All right, so I got it open, and actually this is wet, real wet, like soggy, I guess. So what I like to do is I'm going to take it over here. There's my dogs. And I use, okay, I don't have a cheesecloth like a lot of people because, like I said, I'm not a cook. But I have a cloth napkin. So I just throw it in here. And I'll squeeze it out a bit to get the excess water out of it. So it's more like the texture of rice. And it helps out. So this is my finished project, because it's hard to do that with just one hand. So this is the finished project. Right there it is. Still a little wetter than regular rice, but a lot healthier, okay? So we're gonna come over here, get our rice on. All right, so I'm gonna pause real quick here. All right, sorry, I had to wash my hands. I had to wash that off my hands. Okay, so in this case, let's see the macros on this. On the cauliflower, it's only 80 calories, but look at the carbs, only 6 carbs. Rice normally has somewhere around 15 to 25 carbs, which in my macros, that takes a lot of my carbs out, and I don't like that. I don't like taking a lot of carbs in one meal, and carbs seem to be very heavy for me, so that doesn't work for me. So each bag does 2. You need a cup of rice into each of your dishes here, which is difficult for me to do, but I'm going to get half and half. Actually going to get my son here to hold the camera real quick. If you just hold that there on the food. All right, so we're going to do half into this bowl. And half into this bowl. Perfect. Okay. So that's the base of it, of course. And then we have our black beans. Like I said, I'm not a chef, so I like my, my canned beans. I get the beans that are already flavored. I don't know what the nutritional value, the macros on the ones that aren't already seasoned, but I like mine seasoned, ready to go. Actually, I don't like beans at all. I actually hate beans, but they're healthy for you. There's a little more in here than they're healthy for you. So I am learning to eat them. Okay, learning to eat them. So with the black beans, the macros on there is the 75 calories. Carbs are 12, a half a gram of fat, and 8 grams of protein, and you need a 1/4 cup. I already pre-measured the 1/4 cup to throw right there on top. We're gonna work on this one here. All right. After that is salsa. Again, I don't have a lot of time. I love making fresh salsa, but I own my own business. I work a lot in my church, volunteer a lot, and I have 2 boys, one being a 4-year-old, the other one being an 11-year-old, and a household to take care of. So I don't have a lot of time to make fresh salsa, but when I can, I do. Otherwise, I found this to be very good to use in this dish. So this is what we're going to use as my salsa. Let me make sure you get a nice, and this already has some green peppers and onions in it, gives it good flavor. I always add a little bit more garlic powder and onion powder just because I like these flavors to stick out. I really like garlic and onion. Okay, so for my salsa, we're going to use a 1/4 cup. I got a 1/4 cup here. Dun, dun, dun. Throw that on there. Doesn't look pretty, not like chefs do, but close enough. Okay, so I got a 1/4 cup on there, and let's look at the macros there. 1/4 cup, I'm sorry, that's an 1/8 of a cup. Let me show you, 1/8 of a cup. So the macros there would be 10 calories, 2 carbs, no fat whatsoever, teensy bits of protein, doesn't add much to it at all, but then we're gonna go over here, and actually we'll throw the meat on top. I got some ground turkey. You can get a leaner ground turkey. This is the one I found to do this when I was out and about. But I do believe there's like 85% lean. But this is the one I'm using. So 4 ounces. It's a lot of meat actually. 4 ounces. Now you can mix this up however you want. I like my meat closest to the cheese, then the cheese melts with the meat. For me, it's best. Okay, so in that case, this is where, most of the calories come in. But it's got 220 calories. You got the 4 ounces, 17 grams of fat, but it's got 19 grams of protein, which for me, it's very important because I do have to get my carbs in there, my calories in there, sorry, and it does give me a good amount of protein. Cheese. I went ahead and pre-measured, but it's a 1/4 cup of cheese. I'm using this brand here. I got it at Save-A-Lot. Most of the time I shop at Publix. I'm a couponer, so Publix usually is cheaper than me, cheaper for me. But I was at Save-A-Lot yesterday, so I got it there. Anyways, so we got some mozzarella cheese, 1/4 cup. Throw that right on top. This is the the breakdown here of everything that you got. So you've got your proteins at 19, 20, 222. 29, 30 grams of protein and a 1/4 plus the half, 0.75, 30 grams of protein, which I think is very good in a meal. Your calories is going to be your higher meal. But for me, for somebody who can't eat all of this, like I said, I had weight loss surgery, so this here is huge. This is a huge meal, and unfortunately, if I try to eat this, I'm going to throw up. My stomach is actually only 4 to 6 ounces in size right now, and I don't want it to grow, obviously. This is why I got the surgery. So what I do is I'm going to actually cut this in half and split it into 2 different dishes. And I'm going to eat it at 2 different times. I know some of you probably have a smaller stomach, you're used to eating smaller meals, or it's easier to eat smaller meals. You don't have as much time. So this is going to help a lot. Maybe there's more beans. Anyways, it will help a lot. I eat every 2 hours. I'm working on this. I still have not reached all my macros every day. I'm getting closer and closer each day. But it seems like I'm eating all the time because I'm having to eat something like this every 2 hours. But I'm working to change things up, trying to get everything in. But I hope this video helps you. I did cut some fresh peppers and onions to throw on top. Makes it look prettier, add a little flavor in there. Add some fresh vegetables, a little flavor. Makes it really good. Once you reheat this, the flavor of the fresh vegetables will fall in too. So, yeah, that's how I do my food prep for my chili bowl.